Hey Aries, I hope you're all doing great. I'm doing a general tarot card reading for August 2021. My name is Sarah and this is my channel, Sarah Deputy Astrology. Wow, it is still Mercury retrograde. I think Mercury goes direct tomorrow. So that's good news. Communicating's been a little dicey, but you know, it was a really good time to reflect on the things that you've been working on, like the creative projects you have going on. It's probably a great time for that. All right, so let's get into your reading. Okay. Oh. Nine of Wands. Whoa, I got two more. The Eight of Wands and the Star just popped out. Okay. Let's see. Okay. I know I'm not in front of the camera still. My lungs and my sinuses are doing way better. It just comes kind of off and on lately. You know, that's new for me. Like, I've had that happen a few times in life, but it has been ultra strong this year. I'm not sure why. Well, I can guess why, but, you know. All right, so next card you have is the Hermit, okay? You have the Four of Wands. You have the Seven of Wands. There is a lot of Wands energy here. Wow. Okay. You have the Ace of Cups. You have the Six of Swords. And you have the Devil. All right. Let's move this up. Okay. All right, I'm pulling a card for each row. This is the past, this is the present, and this is the possible future. And these, this is the Spirit Animal Oracle deck. And I'm going to pull a card for each row from the universe. Oops, and the cards just started blowing away. Sorry about that. Okay. All right. I feel like a lot of you have some like serious stuff that you're waiting on, like just answers, and I feel like you're in a gray area right now. I keep being drawn to that Hermit. You know, that it's really catching my eye for this reading. Canary Spirit, sing your own song. Okay. All right. You have the Electric Eel Spirit. Bring your ideas to life. All right, I'm going to have to move that. Sorry about that. Okay. Ooh, you have the Antelope Spirit. Life is speeding up. I'd say so. I'm pretty sure I was talking about this in your last reading, that time has sped up. Everything is going by so fast. You've been doing a lot recently. I'm sure of it. Okay, so this is for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Please remember this is a general reading, so take what resonates for you and leave what doesn't for someone else, okay? If you don't feel like something is a good decision to make, don't make it, okay? You should follow your gut. You should follow your feelings with things, okay? I wouldn't follow fear. What lies on the other side of fear is possibility, okay? But I wouldn't intentionally endanger yourself, like, to get anywhere. Like, that's never my recommendation, okay? All right, so this first row for the past, you have the Nine of Wands, you have the Eight of Wands, and you have the Star, okay? This row, I feel like there's something like a dream or like a wish that or like a goal you've probably had your whole life, something that you've wanted so badly in your life forever. And I feel like you're kind of letting your guard down a little bit. Like you're starting to. This Nine of Wands, I know he looks like he's being very defensive, and he is, but I think this represents you, getting through this place where you feel like you have to defend yourself all the time. Like maybe you were like jumpy or, kind of quick-tempered for a little bit. It can happen. It can happen to the best of us, okay? But I really feel like you're getting past defensive energy that you kind of were hanging on to. You had the Eight of Wands here. That's card of communication, and that's fast communication too. So, I think you've had a lot coming at you recently. Like a lot of people have needed your attention and time, but I do feel like you've risen to the occasion. You've dropped down some of your guard, and through this, I think that a wish or like a dream that you've always had is starting to kind of come into place. Like it's starting to manifest in your life, or you're starting to get there, and you can see it, but you can't, like, things are probably feeling kind of cloudy at the moment. You have a lot coming at you, but you're holding this idea, this wish, this thing that you want in a place where, you're not really attached to like the way that you're getting to what you want. Like you're just letting the universe kind of unfold the way it's supposed to. Okay? You have the canary spirit for this row. Sing your own song. Okay? I think when you were in a very defensive place, you probably didn't feel like you could express yourself the way you wanted to. This might have been because of like something having to do with Mercury retrograde, possibly. Like maybe it was really hard to communicate with people, and it was really like there was a lot of tension. Okay? But I feel like you're making your way through all this to be able to sing your own song no matter what. Like nothing can shut you off anymore. Nothing can take you down anymore. Wow. Okay, so what I'm noticing in these top cards is all the numbers. You have 12, you have 24, and you have 2. Okay? All these numbers just stood out to me at once. They're all even numbers. They all contain the number 2. I would look out for these numbers. I really feel like they're going to be significant for you, okay? All right, so we're moving to the middle row here, and that's going to represent the present. So you have the Hermit, you have the Four of Wands, and you have the Seven of Wands. All right, so with the Hermit, going within to gain a little wisdom, okay? I think in your last reading that I remember for July, you had the Four of Swords and the Nine of Swords from the past going into the present, okay? So, again, you've had a good amount of healing. The star can also represent healing, like you healing. The Hermit, for me, as a reader, represents a healing, which brings about knowledge, okay? That's how you get to that star. See that star right there in his lantern? That's what you're trying to get to. And the wisdom that you, like what you seek is technically within. You're in a place where you're trying to conquer your inner world to reflect on your outer world. And I think you're doing an amazing job. You also have the Four of Wands here. For some of you, I think you're getting married, okay? That popped into my head. This card also, to me, is a card of stability, okay? And the 11-11 card. You might be still seeing 11-11 a lot. I really feel like a lot of Aries are going to be seeing this number. You know, the universe is really speaking to us loudly, okay? We have a lot of growth going on over the last couple of years. You know what, the last like 4 years, 20 years, 40 years, you name it. But this is stability. And for some of you, this is you marrying like your soulmate. You know, the person that you love. In this row, you also have the Seven of Wands. Okay, so I know you're working towards a less defensive energy, but again, I really feel like you're still kind of learning to fight off. I think what you're really fighting off is like the inner like thought process that you have, those inner demons that pop up when something comes up out of the blue. A lot of stuff's popping in and out of your life right now. You know what, there's a lot going on, there's a lot of moving parts, and I really feel like you're popping in and out of feeling like you're in a place that you have to defend yourself. But you're learning to work with that energy, okay? In this row, you also have the Electric Eel Spirit. Bring your ideas to life, okay? Again, I said in your last reading too that you're working towards you are finding the stability and the quiet and the time through delegating responsibilities to go after what you really want. Go after the star, okay? A little bit of hermit mode where you're going within and you're reflecting. You know, that's caused by like a painful circumstance that can show up, and that causes you kind of to go in to see where you stand with yourself. That's what just popped into my head. But this reconnection with your inner world actually helps bring difference, like your outer world becomes different at that point once you change on the inside. That's what brings your ideas to life. This third row, this is the possible future. You have the Ace of Cups. You have the Six of Swords and the Devil. Okay, so the Ace of Cups, this is the divine cup of love. In the past, I feel like a lot of this love needed to be directed at yourself. This is you learning how to really love yourself instead of being there to try and make everyone else happy and fulfill their dreams and their goals. I think you're doing that for you now, okay? You're putting yourself in the forefront, you're putting yourself in the spotlight, and you definitely should, because you have something that you want to roll out here, something that you're really passionate about. Like some end game that you've been looking at and looking towards probably your whole life. Maybe you didn't even realize what it was, you didn't know what it looked like until it got here, but once it got here, it was unmistakable. Possible future, you have the Six of Swords. Again, trying to get away from the choppy waters of your life, trying to get away from the instability that you felt. Oh, and I really feel like that started within. Maybe you have some terrible subconscious programming from childhood that you've been trying to work through. And that does take time, because little bits and pieces come up here and there, you know, and the awakening process is rewarding but difficult. There's so much growth there, but ultimately you're trying to get from here to where it's calm. In this row, in the possible future, you have the Devil. I feel like you need to be aware of if you feel like you need to have too much control over the journey. Like the way everything is going to unfold to get up to where you want to be. I think that's something that you have to watch out for. For some of you, this might be what just popped into my head was that some of you may have recently started dating, and there's someone that is in your life now that you're trying to get to know, but you know, you really got to be on the lookout for if this person is who they seem to be, or if they're kind of, you know, they're showing you their best self, which, I mean, that's what happens in the beginning. You know, people show you their best self, but that isn't necessarily themselves. You know, that could be just the facade that they put on to get people's confidence. And again, this is something I feel like some of you need to watch out for, okay? This might not be true for all of you, so, I mean, you'll feel if this resonates. This third row, the possible future, you have the antelope spirit. Life is speeding up. It is definitely speeding up. You know, and with your present, I do feel like there's a certain amount of rest involved, especially with you going inwards, okay? So I totally see that happening. But I think the future is going to start speeding up again for you. Probably like end of September, like into October. I have that feeling. That's what just kind of came to me. You know, you have a lot of Wands energy in this reading. For some of you, I feel like there's a significant fire sign around you. It could be a Leo. Aries and Leo get along well. You know, this could be a Sagittarius. You know, Aries and Sagittarius get along amazing as well. All the fire signs do. Oh, this could even be another Aries, you know. But I am getting like fire from this. I really feel like there's some like there's a fire sign in here that has a prominent role in how things are playing out in your life. Okay, Aries, thank you so much for watching. I think it's going to be an awesome August. I will see you all again soon, and have a great month. Bye, guys.